Okay, why don't we get started by you telling us a little bit about what it was like growing up, working in ADATs, and kind of the journey that's led you to your entrepreneurial and business today.
Yeah, working with my mom, of course. It's never easy. Family business. I don't know if you have families that, or your mom or your dad has, business and working and seeing them. And but when I was little, well, our store used to be back in the day. This is before COVID. My mom started in 1988, so. She just got here. She's from Hong Kong originally. We started at 10 to, back in the days, like 11 p.m. And that's when Waikīkī used to be open till like midnight. And seeing her, she would come home really late. And I guess, seeing her working hard and me being at the store after school, I think that really helped me to, I've always been inspired, and I never thought I would go into this field again because retail is not easy. But yeah, here I am doing fashion again. Yes.
So what kind of made that switch for you? Growing up, you knew it was hard and it's long hours, hard work.
You'll think like I would never go back into it, which is, I know it's ironic because I also tried something else. I thought, okay, maybe fashion is not my thing. But I think also being in the business and always seeing her, working hard. And not just that, I think I was also surrounded by people who are in the fashion business. I also interned for a fashion company back in the day called Mike Gonzalez. So this was 2009. In LA, I used to go to school called FITM. It's a fashion design merchandising school downtown LA. And I did graphic design as my major. But I did fashion internships, thinking that I wanted to do fashion, but let's see. But I also did production because I also loved movies. So I think doing different jobs and that helped me shape where I want to go. Because I had no clue. I didn't know what I wanted to do. When you're young, you don't really know what you want to do, right? We're always okay, maybe this, maybe that. This is what I really want. But I think you just have to try everything because
Absolutely.
Experience is something that's really important. And I think when you're young, you don't know. And you might think that you like something. But if you don't try, I think you don't really know what you really like and when you don't like. And, having that shift is
What were some of the things that you tried that you knew you didn't want to pursue?
Retail. Definitely retail. Long hours. It's not fun. But I think that in life, you can't always have the good side. You always have to have, there's always pros and cons, right? But I think that I always love creating, and I think that's I would sit long hours and I would still want to do the same thing. So that's always been my passion, I guess, where, designing something, creating, let's say a t-shirt or collaborating with the brand. Now finally I could say that we're doing something with brands. We recently did a Pac-Man anime. So being in that where I get to talk to they call it the Bondi, which is the game community, that's the brand. So being, I think, with these people, I think also made me feel you're happy being in it, Not just that, I think it's just the whole process of it, where the design and when it comes to life, and seeing people purchasing the product, and I think that really makes me happy.
So you actually got to work with Bondi for...
Yes, we did. That's the most recent collab we did. We also did a collaboration with it's PlayStation. It's this Yakuza game. We're also in the game as well, which is really cool. It's like the whole setting is in Hawaii, but like you get to go to our store and you get to purchase a shirt.
That's so cool.
Which is really cool. But just like doing, you know, cool things with, you know, not just like that, but it's just, yeah.
So what is that process like? You know, how much input do they give in terms of what they want to see in the product, or was it kind of like complete creative freedom?
They were pretty, they were really open. They were like, okay, you do all the designs when it came to doing the t-shirt designs. So that was pretty easy. But I would say working with Japanese is not easy. They're just like very meticulous, and like there's ways of they want you to do things, and sometimes things are really strict because of, you know, like the cultural aspects of how Japan is. But you know, nothing is perfect, so yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it sounds like it was a really awesome experience. Mm-hmm. So when you were going through and trying to decide what path you were going to take and trying different things, how did you get back into fashion?
How did I get back into fashion? Well, so after LA, I actually moved to Shanghai. I moved to China, and I did 4 years of business because I only did 2 years of associate degree for graphic design in LA. And I'm also Chinese. I'm born and raised here, but then I have background in, my family's from Taiwan, my mom's from Hong Kong, and I was in Shanghai. And Shanghai is kind of like New York, like very city, like LA. I don't know if you guys know China at all, but like it's a huge city. So I got to work with these creatives in China, and they are they're known for like these Chinese qibao, like I don't know if you know, like a Chinese dress, like a really tight fitting, classic, like to the neck, you know.
Yeah, with the high collar.
Yeah, yeah. So I got to work with one of the creatives during college. That was me being majored in business, but I got to do that on the side because of my mom. She introduced me to her friends, and they were asking me out, you know, to help out, to see. They were gonna do like a fashion show about this qibao, like fashion show, and then we did the fashion show, and the whole process was not easy just because all I did was, of course, like it could be like, you know, like coffee, or, you know, they wanted something, or a fabric, go deliver the fabrics, or go get the fabrics, or make an invoice. It could be anything. But the fun part for me was that I get to see the whole picture. It's not just like, okay, you know, how, I got to see what is fashion show? Like, how is it created? Like from selecting the models and to, you know, seeing the product that came alive. And because I had to also like drop off the fabric to the factories. And so at least I got to see the whole process of it. And I think I really enjoy each things, even though it wasn't fun. But I think it's the process that really made me, I see myself like, okay, I love this. Like I could do this all day. Yeah.
So even though it was kind of hard and a lot of different things, you were drawn to that. You liked the hustle and bustle of it, kind of.
Yes, like it was like an all-day thing. I didn't come home till 11 p.m. and it could be like 12 a.m., but I loved it. I think that's when you know that that's something you love doing. That's my passion. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So are you planning to do any other like fashion show production events here?
I know, I haven't thought about it. I wonder, would you guys come? But yeah, that would be fun. I haven't done it in a while. I did it 5 years ago in Japan too. I did like a Tokyo Girls collection, and we had like 10,000 people. So that was really cool. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's something we could use here.
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, there's, you know, like like Jacquemus or something, like a really big fashion. Yeah, he's really known. He's from France, but he did a fashion show, and that was really cool too.
Yeah, here at UH, our fashion design and merchandising program, they do a fashion show, fashion exhibition in the spring. And I mean, I think that could be a great continuation of that kind of project, you know, as you have the students help with another kind of bigger production.
Yeah, that'd be cool if we could do something together, because I was just talking to Professor,
Okay, so you went and did fashion show production in Shanghai, and then you really loved it. So working with 88Ts, what inspired you to start ILA?
So this was 2017, and I was on Terrace House. I did a reality TV show during that time. 2016, I was on the show, and I was living in the house for like 5 months. So you live in a house. I don't know if you know the show. I'll give you like a little,
Yeah, tell us about it.
You live in the house, 3 girls, 3 guys, and each person has like a goal. And, you know, if you want to date someone, you can too, but that's up to you. So I had a goal where I wanted to create a brand, and that's always been in my head, but I actually wanted to work for someone else first and then go back to 88Ts. But obviously, like, the show did really well. And I was like, okay, why don't I create something with this noise? So it was kind of like a crazy plan. The plan that I had was nothing, because I wasn't gonna create a brand, but it was a show, definitely. Yeah, it helped me with that like drove me to do it. That was like an instant thing.
So did you date anyone on the show?
You gotta watch it to know.
Perfect answer. Perfect answer.
You gotta watch it to, yes.
Tune in, everyone. So using kind of that noise, that excitement surrounding it, what did you find the reception was when you launched it kind of outside of that realm?
I mean, it definitely helped for sure. I'm glad that I have my own brand now. But I think what was hard was to continue, you know, and I think that's what my mom is great at, is it's just you keep going, right? And to find your audience, I think that was like really hard for me, because I think for 88Ts, she already has like a really established brand where people are like, okay, this is a t-shirt, this is the little character, oh, this is, you know, associated with 88Ts, right? So I think that having a brand it's just hard, because, okay, you'll see something and you'll be like, okay, this is Louis Vuitton. You see that and you just know their logo, right? I think that's still something that I struggle with, where, you know, like, to find your identity. But it's been fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it sounds like it's amazing that you had your mother as that inspiration, and you got to see kind of behind the scenes every step of the way, the good and the bad, right?
Right.
You know, and that it gave you a more realistic picture of what being in this industry was like.
Right.
So who do you think today your audience is for ILA Swimwear?
I think my audience would be somewhat from 19, late 20s to 30s. That would be my audience, yeah. Or it could be late 30s, because I do swimwear, but not only swimwear. Swimwear is such a saturated market that I also decided to do something else where, okay, for women's, for men's, and not just, you know, one thing. So I think that also helped for me too.
And for the, you know, kind of the entire process of running your own brand, is it still the design that you find resonates kind of the most with you, or have you grown to love the retail part of it as well?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, you kind of have to know, like, not just like producing. I think it's good to have an idea what is retail. And I think being at the store, I also work at the store. So not just like creating, I love to see what people love. And I think that's where I get my trends, where, okay, this I hate to like stereotype, but like, okay, maybe this country, maybe they like these more, and maybe, you know, that's how I see. And I guess like, okay, you're on Instagram and you kind of see what the trends are nowadays, but I think Hawaii is also very different. Like Japan is also different. New York is also different, but just being at the store and being in retail and like talking to customers also give me an idea of what the market is and like forecasting.
So in terms of your design, what kinds of things inspire you?
It could be everything. Like I love nature. I love being in nature. I love hiking. I love surfing. And it could be just like me being in the water. It could be me brushing my teeth and I'll see something. I'll see like a color and I'll be like, oh, this like toothbrush. Okay, maybe we can make this in a graphic t-shirt. Or I adopted a dog during COVID and his name is Whiskey and he has his tongue out. I would love to show you the photo, but he like inspired me. And then I also like created a t-shirt about him and it's like one of the best selling t-shirts ever. So it could be that. It could be anything. I don't think in fashion there is really a rule, you know, and nowadays people are like, okay, do this, but I don't think there's a rule to anything. I think we could do everything and it's possible, yeah.
Now we'll all have to go to 88 Tees and see the Whiskey shirt.
Yeah, the Whiskey shirt, yes.
They'll have people flooding the store asking about whiskey.
Right, yes, for sure.
So what do you think the biggest change is today with ILA versus when you launched it?
What's the change?
Yeah. What's been the evolution?
That's a good question. What's the change? I think that in the beginning, I was really nervous about each collection. Of course, every collection is different, right? And then you have like a theme for it. I think now, because I'm more involved deeper in the, you know what I mean? Like compared to 2017, now I have more an idea of like what my customer wants or like what my the needs. And I think I've become more comfortable with it, you know? Like before I would be like really nervous on every single collection. And now I slowly focus more on the slow fashion where I really want to be more eco-conscious. But that's also very hard because not everybody is willing to pay for that price. So that's the hard part where I'm a little like, I have a hard time, but you just gotta try to see. Yeah.
What are some of the ways that you've been trying to implement that?
I think with storytelling, but also I think people also care about the fabric that you use but also I feel like Instagram and digital marketing helps too. Yeah.
So do you have someone that works specifically in like your digital marketing, or is that something that you also kind of do yourself?
I do that too, but if anyone wants to help out, please. we still have a hard time finding the right person, but yes.
Well, that sounds like a good internship opportunity, huh?
Yeah, that'll be fun, yes.
So in, kind of looking at your family and 88 Tees as your inspiration, what kind of role do you think, family and culture and values played in the sustainability of 88 Tees from 1988 till today and going through COVID and all of those changes?
I think that my mom is just such a hardworking person. I think that growing up with a mom and, dad that doesn't stop working like every day, no holiday. I know that's a little too much nowadays. I know that, sometimes we're like, oh, we need balance in life, and we definitely do. But I think having that discipline, seeing her doing that, I think that's why we're still here today and still in Waikīkī. And I know during COVID, a lot of businesses, some of them didn't make it, but I think because she had the discipline and Chinese people, they work really hard, right? But I think that's also why, and I think that seeing her working so hard makes me want to work hard too. So I think, definitely that you know, having a mom, and she definitely inspired me to be who I am today.
Well, I think that's really beautiful.
Thank you.
A lot of students here, similarly, you know, come from families that run businesses and spend a lot of their time trying to balance that with everything else, school and their own personal lives. And so how do you, in looking at your own brand, how do you balance that legacy with kind of developing your own individuality and identity?
It's definitely hard. I still have a hard time balancing out. But it also helps that, you know, ADATs is, you know, we're just doing t-shirts, and ILA is also, but I think I'm just like, I would never want to do something that's like not fun for me. I think I also enjoy it so much that, you know, sometimes I look at, okay, maybe the target market, this, like I focus so much on what the wants, but I think that more so now I pretty much just want to create something that I want, right? I think, I don't know if that answered your question, but having like two different brands definitely helps to separate all of the brand identity and everything.
So with ILA, Island Lifestyle Apparel, what do you think kind of is your definition of island lifestyle?
Island lifestyle. So to me, well, when I was in high school, I would always put on my bikini, and that would be my outfit of the, I'm not outfit, but like I would wear bikini under it. And then, you know, after school or when you're done with class, you just go to the beach. And that was my, like, I'm sure we all do it still. So I created a more of a bathing suit where it's like, okay, you can wear like your bathing suit. It could be just like a bodysuit or something like that. And then, you know, you could wear it after, like you can wear it during the whole day, and then you could go to, you know, the beach after. So that was like like in the beginning time where I did my whole collection, it looked like a clothing, but you could wear it to the beach. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's like multi-purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
like you could wear it like under, like it could be from, like you have a jeans on, but you could wear like a, you know, like a cami or something, and that would be your bikini. But yeah. Yes. I know everybody has it now, but I did that when I was like 2016, and those did pretty well where, you know, yeah.
So when you first started to do that, what kind of like market research did you do? Like, did you send it out to all of your friends and be like, okay.
Yeah, for sure. Because I feel like, you know, having an audience and having your friends and not just, okay, I'm going to create something and here you go. It's more, you have to listen to their, like, people's voice, right? So I think that definitely help out where, you know, my mom, she has a lot of fashion and designers, and yeah, they gave some input, and I think that helps too.
What were the pieces of feedback that your mom gave as you were building this kind of new brand?
What is it, Mom? what was the feedback?
Yeah.
She was like, just do it. Make sure if you do it right. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and that's sometimes
like,
the biggest advice, right? Just do something.
Just do it and follow through it and sell everything. That was her advice. So that's so funny. Mark is like laughing in there. Just do it. Yes.
Yeah, that's how you keep going.
Yeah, and keep going. That's another thing. You don't stop. You just keep going. Yeah, I think she also taught me something where it's like, it's always in my head where progression over perfection. So like, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I like to have everything perfect and then I would produce something, but she's just like, okay, it doesn't have to be, everything doesn't have to be perfect. The photo shoot doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, this white t-shirt, maybe a little bit of like dot. Okay, that's not gonna work. Take it out, maybe something different, you know, like she's always like really good about that. So I think I learned that too, progression over perfection. So you just keep going and yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think that's also really good advice for students, you know, that you can really get caught up in that kind of cycle of wanting to do perfectly and not disappoint anyone. And I think having her tell you that, like, just do it, just get something out there. It doesn't need to be perfect.
Perfect, right. Because it's only in your head that you think, okay, maybe this is not good or that's not working, but really it's just all in your head. Right?
Yeah, who's gonna know?
Who's gonna know? Yeah, and a little bit of like the cuts of this is not working or like this print is a little off, but like who's gonna know besides you? And I wear the damaged one and you guys get the perfect one, right? So something like that, yeah. I'm like, no, like, you know, but now I'm like, okay, I'll wear the damaged one, whatever. Like I'll take like the sample or whatever that works and you guys could have the perfect t-shirt, but I get the little one that comes with the string or something.
Well, in some cases, like, especially with design errors, so to speak, sometimes those are the most popular. You know, people really like latch on to that and then they want more of that one that maybe wasn't what you intended to begin with.
Right. Like we had a design where like the logo came out upside down. And I know that now that's like a thing now. You're like, okay, whatever. That's like a design, you know, like like everything is upside down or whatever. And that came out wrong because our printer didn't know what they were doing or didn't like confirm or something. There's a lot of that with us, like different color, different design, whatever. And you're so mad. But my mom's like, put it out there. Let's try it out. And you know what? It was the best-selling t-shirt ever, which is something that you'll never think of. And sometimes, like you said, it's like you just got to put it out there, right? And you never know. So what is the advice you would give students that are thinking about maybe going into fashion or going into entrepreneurship? Looking back now, you know, on your trajectory and your experience, what advice would you give them? I would say that you should be, okay, like if let's say you're doing clothing or if you're gonna do food, you have to find that one niche that's gonna, like for ours, it's like, okay, what is ADTs? It's our t-shirt that we're known for. So what are you known for and what makes you different from others? I know that's really hard because everything is so competitive nowadays. Like there's so many options, but I think that's very important. Those questions are very important. What are you different from others? Like, what is your story? And you know, like your products, like is your quality good? Or like maybe you're known for the, you know, your graphics or like your one thing that's gonna stand out from your business.
So say that they aren't sure. What are some ways that you can go and explore that?
They're not sure?
Yeah, what their thing is.
You gotta be sure. You gotta be sure, or else don't even do it. You either do it or you don't. Don't even produce it. If you're like, oh, okay, let's see how things are. No, that's not gonna work. I will be honest. That is not gonna work. Yeah, I think that you have to be different. And I think we've been really lucky where we've been around since '88 where, if people come to Waikīkī, they know our brand. But I feel like now I think you just have to either, with the digital marketing, I think marketing is also very important. Like putting content, creating content, different videos and being different with the videos. And but also I think that maybe do a lot of pop-ups that would help a lot, showing people like what your story is about. And that's, being in different vendors. And I think that also helps.
Yeah, so kind of just getting out into the communities, whichever ways you can, whether it's digitally or physically.
Yeah, for sure. I think that would,
Yeah, so I mean, with the prevalence of social media now. So what are some of the kind of strategies that you implement to get engagement, but also to kind of get your story out there?
I think oh, that's a good one. Wait, that's hard. That's a hard one. I think that with social media, I think people want something authentic. So I think if you're really authentic and showing your true self, and I think that would really help too. Yeah.
And maybe
stay true to
lots
yourself.
of videos of whiskey, perhaps.
Yes, whiskey. I think people also like seeing something different. So I think you have to be different from people, and videos that you think that that interest you, you know? Yeah.
Things you would watch.
Yeah, things you think that you would want to watch, not just like create. It has to be like, of course, like you have to plan and think that, oh, this might be a good content, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. So do you try to tie into like trends that are happening, like social media trends, or do you try to do a combination of trends and original type content?
So we did a tradition, like a trend. We do that too, but I think what we did really well was that so we have a lot of mom and daughter, like a whole family ohana that comes to our store. They've been loyal to our to ADTs like forever. And what I thought was really interesting, because I was like, okay, we need to create a content like this, because this is a really good story where it's like the mom used to shop at our store because she used to go to high school here, but now she lives in Vegas or something. And she would come every time she comes to vacation, she'll come to ADTs. And her story was that she would bring her daughter, but when she was young, she used to shop at our store. And then now her daughter is like, 20s or something. And then now she brings her daughter together. And I thought that was like such a cute story where she shopped here when she was young, and then now she has a daughter and she brings her whole family together. And I thought that was like such a cute story. So we were like, okay, can you tell us the story and, showcase your daughter? And then, the lady was super nice. So she's like, yeah, sure. And you know what, that was a hit too, but we have a lot of those stories where they bring their family together and they come to our store every year, and they're so happy that we're still on this, in Waikīkī, and which we're really thankful for. Yeah. But yeah, I think storytelling is what really will help, for sure. Mm-hmm.
So is the store in the same place that it has been?
Yes. We're so lucky. Yes, thank you.
That's
you guys
amazing.
should all come, and I'll give you kamaina. Just tell me that you go to UH, okay? No lying. I'm just kidding. But yeah. I'm there at the store too. I work there, so Monday to Friday. If you're ever in Waikīkī, whatever, you don't have to buy anything. You can come just say hi and talk story too. But yeah.
So you grew up in the store.
I grew up in the store.
What are the biggest changes, I guess, you've seen to maybe the kind of culture around it, having grown up, being in the same shop?
That's a good question. Well, so back in the day, my mom used to strictly sell vintage. She would go to LA and she would bring all the vintage clothing back. So a lot of the products used to be all vintage until she had me, which is the little girl that we have. So that's kind of me. But I think that, over time, like, of course, you're going to have different products. And like, I think, just, that helped. And then also we had like this, like, I don't know if you know, like this singer called Kinky Kids and SMAP. They're like from Japan. They're like the Backstreet Boys of, Japan. And then he liked vintage so much that like he also brought like a lot of his like friends or celebrity friends or whatever. So like, I think we're like a mixed culture. I don't think we have this like we're not like a Hawaiian culture, you know, like we have those designs, but like we're mixed with everything. And I think that like what's great about Hawaii is that the diversity that we have here, you know, it's not just like one. It's not one. We're like a mixed plate. We have literally everything. We have like musubis. We have like, you know, like rice. We love rice, not just potatoes, right? So it's like, I feel like our store is that. It's like everybody's welcome, you know, and not just, you know, this one segment or like, right? So.
So have you guys considered doing a line that is an update on the little girl, like a you now graphic design line?
A me now?
Yeah.
We do have a little different version of, so her name is Yaya. So we do have a different version of Yaya. But yeah, it will be great to have like a 3D. That's something that I'm working on now. I want to do animation. I love anime too. And doing like children's book and maybe working more with students. So that's like my next vision for ADTs.
Yeah, well, you were interested in the film production, so now you can kind of apply
right.
some of that, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And then you could also have whiskey in it.
Yes, that's true. Maybe Yaya and Whiskey story or something.
Yeah, their journey through Waikīkī, through the ages.
That's a good idea. I should do that, yes. Or like create a whole different line of my dog and the little girl Yaya, like on a journey. Whiskey's really funny. If you get to know him, he's very, he's interesting dog. Yeah,
perfect for the character inspiration.
Yeah. I posted him and then I got like this 2 million viewers on his page, which is really crazy. I never thought he was gonna blow up like that, but I would love to show you a video of it too. He's kind of, he's like deaf, so he like barks really weird. And I think that's how I got the whole video. Yeah. Yeah,
that's also great for the animated story and maybe the line of books that will accompany.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So thinking about advice, what advice would you give your younger self when you were first starting out with all the wisdom of these years?
What would be my advice? I feel like for me especially, I feel like I wish I enjoyed a little more because I think I used to get really stressed out with, like launching something or like, it could be like the creative process. I used to get really, really stressed out and I used to have a hard time because when you're really stressed out, you can't really produce anything. And I would just be like, okay, whatever. I made one thing and it's like, it's not even that great, right? I think that even though you're stressed out, okay, maybe like take the time to really rest. And like, I never really thought of it. I would just like keep on going. So I think that having a balance is very important, but also learn how to delegate or ask people to help you, not just like doing everything on your own, because I think starting your own business, you pretty much have to do everything. But I think that would be the advice. Delegate and take your time to yourself, but not too much time. Because time is also money, so you gotta like keep going, right? But yeah.
And get some interns to delegate too.
Yes, get some interns too, yes.
Okay, I think before we open it up to questions from the audience,
okay.
Are there any last things you want to kind of share with everyone?
I would say that I want to say thank you for being here, everybody, and thank you for your time. I think that I know that when you're in your 20s, you don't really know what you really want to do, but I think that you should also enjoy those moments, but you should also figure out what you really want to do, because some people are like, oh, we'll figure it out. I don't really believe in that. I think we kind of should know what direction we should get into, but I feel like enjoy the moment, enjoy the process of it, and yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you for being here. Thank you and having me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, does anyone have any questions for Avian?
I have a question that's not related to your ADHDs or...
Okay, yeah, that's okay.
Sure.
Anything.
I'm just curious, how did you get into your terrace house?
How did I get into Terrace House? So my friend put me in the casting, which is really funny. It was it's almost like a joke, almost, where my friend's like, oh, you speak Japanese too? Okay, like, why not try it out? And I thought my friend was joking. And he put me in the casting, and then the director really liked me, and then I got an interview from there. I wasn't gonna do it.
Are you still friends?
Yeah, for sure. I'm still friends, and every time we're, because everybody lives around everywhere, so they will come to the store, or they'll, come to Hawaii, and then we'll always catch up, and yeah.
Yeah.
What's great is that like everybody's doing really well. My friend Lauren, she's like a illustrator, and she's blowing up right now too. And it's great that we all each have our own passion, and every time we get together, we also like give each other advice and with everything. So. Mm-hmm.
Is whiskey named after whiskey, and what brand?
Whiskey. So my mom loves whiskey. So you're gonna laugh. Like whiskey's original name was Bruno,
but you don't talk about Bruno.
But we don't talk about Bruno. We're like, no, like mom kind of knows Bruno at the side, so we're like, this is weird if it's Bruno. So my mom's like, okay, let's like rename him, and you're gonna laugh too, because like whiskey is like. He's deaf too, so he's not gonna know, so let's just name him Whiskey. So yeah, that's why it's whiskey, but yes, because my mom loves whiskey. Mm-hmm.
So those are some hints about gifts to bring to the store.
I know, right? Yeah.
Sorry, so I have a business question actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so when ADATs is like a household name, but when it comes to like innovation, like Waikīkī Drive-In was a household name, but it kind of didn't innovate and it kind of died down.
Okay.
Compared to like Zippy's that
Continue, right.
And do you ever feel worried about innovation with ADATs?
I feel like with business, you kind of have to learn how to adapt and keep on changing, not just like, okay, yes, being authentic is very important, but I feel like as a business, like small business too, but like you have to change. Like you can't just like, earlier she was saying like you have this like little girl Yaya, like it can't just be that forever, right? Same as for iPhone, you can't just have like, oh, iPhone 1, right? Like you have to have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like to, what is it now? Like 15 or I'm so bad. 17 or whatever that's coming out soon. So like I feel like you have to always learn how to adapt and change. And I think that's very important in business, where you need to know what's the trend and needs not just like, oh, this is our product and this is what you're only gonna get. I don't think that's like, you have to learn how to be different and change and maneuver. And I think that's why like Dippy is, still here to like, Dippy's doing collaborations now and doing fun things, right? So I think that's what helps with business for sure. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So besides word of mouth and social media, what other mediums of advertisement do you use?
Besides word of mouth, you said word of mouth and...
Word of mouth and social media. Anything else?
No, I think that's about it. We have celebrities.
Like which ones?
We have a lot. We have we have some artists too. We have Bruno Mars. Bruno used to come to our store when he was young, like when he was in his teenager. He used to come to the store. He used to work at Waikīkī, and his name is Peter actually, but he used to come to our store, and mom used to hang out with him all the time, and he loves vintage. So he likes like the silky aloha shirts, and like my mom used to have all of them back in the day. And he'll come and he will like sing at the store, and he used to tell us like, I'm gonna be famous one day. And it's funny because like he really did, right? And mom don't follow Mark, like now she's starting to, she knows like what IG is, but she didn't know before. And like he became famous, and then he came to the store and he surprised her. He's like, this is my first album CD, and then he gifted to her. So like, yeah, we have Bruno, we have Justin Bieber, and we have, so, you know, we've been really lucky in that sense. But I don't think it's just that. I think like what really make everyone come back is that like, I feel like mom talks to everybody. Like you could be anybody. Like it could be like a random person, and like she would talk stories with them. And I think the kindness that she has, and like, you know, making feel everybody home. Like she's been always really nice to everybody, where I think that's, you know, also why we're still here today, and then not just like, you know, being at the store, like, you know, being greeted, right? Like sometimes I'll walk to a retail store and, you know, like the worker is just like being on their phone and not really saying anything. And I think that's really important, where you greet someone, you know, even though we're so this, but like having that eye to eye contact and really saying hi to everybody. Oh, like, you know, you came to the store. Wait, I've seen you before. You know, I think that's also very important, right? So yeah, I think, I don't know if I answered your question, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What are some strategies that you're using for both businesses to make it more environmentally friendly and sustainable?
Well, right now we do have like this organic cotton line that we're trying out, where it's like really soft. We haven't really like, you know, like put it out there. It's just at the store now, and we're just kind of like testing out to see how it's doing, right? We'll like talk to like, you know, people, or we'll like try to like sell them the product. But I think that like, you know, like sometimes like the price point is like so high, so like people wouldn't buy it. But like, you know, I think for us is like, I think you just have to like try and see, give like people like, okay, giveaways probably sound really bad, because like as a company, you probably like will think like, oh, as a company, are you really gonna make that back, you know? But I think like giving that, and yeah, I don't know if that would,
Yeah, kind of like seeding it out into the community. Yeah,
community,
getting
and,
the feedback.
Yeah. And I don't know, like maybe sometime in the future, I would like to work with, you know, like a sustainable company and maybe do something with them. Yeah.
So I had the opportunity to go to ADHD recently.
Okay, yes.
And I thought it was very cool on how the stores ran and how there's a bunch of different designs
Yes.
around the store. So I was wondering what's the inspiration behind ADHDs and the layout.
Mom, what's the inspiration? I actually don't know. You know what's really funny? Because all these years, I don't know if you guys been to our store, it's really crazy. Like our music, it's insane. The t-shirt, it's like an experience. It's like a treasure hunting, where it's like you kind of like have to go through things, and you're like, whoa, this is a lot of design. So we have like over 2,000 designs of t-shirts, and you're gonna be overwhelmed. But I think that that's what people like, right? Because I'm the opposite of her, actually. I'm very organized. Like I like my things like hanged, you know, each like item is like beautifully nice, and like, you know, but you know what? That's been working out for her, which is really weird. Like 37 years, I'm like, Mom, we gotta change this. Like it's gotten a lot better. Like compared to like 20 years ago, it's gotten a lot better. But I think that's you know, like the experience of like coming to the store and like, you know, maybe seeing something, oh, you never thought you'll see, and then you're like, whoa, like I found a treasure. And I think that's what it is. Yeah. And the music, I think that's what gets everybody. You got to come to know. Our music, it's amazing. It's insane. It's like an upbeat music. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry, to bring back on like the sustainability part, what does ADTs do in terms of like misprinted or like the malfunction or like whatever you call these kind of shirts?
Right, like the ones that don't sell.
Yeah.
Or that's a good question. The ones that, so a lot of times we'll like give it out to friends and they're okay with it. And sometimes we'll like sew it back, which is a lot of work. Sometimes we'll get so much of it, or sometimes we even sell it and it does really well. Or we'll do like a recycle thing where right now we're working on is like you bring back the clothes or some damages or whatever, we'll make it into a dog bed or we'll make it into like a travel, like it could be anything, right? But that's something that I'm working on right now too, where if it, the damaged goods or make it into like a different product, which it's been really fun.
Okay, so I think at this time we're gonna do our giveaway, and so Avian is going to draw a winner from this delightful bag.
Okay. Everybody put their numbers in.
Choose wisely.
Choose wisely. Wait, how many? Two? Okay. Yay. Victoria Min Jo?
Yep.
Victoria, yay! Come up here or go over there. grab your goods. Yay. And another one is Ayumi Yoshimura. Yay!
Yay!
We did 30.
Thank you for coming. That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
How many people?
Just call.
Do you think I can give everyone?
I think you can get everyone.
Okay.
Up. Then go ahead.
Yeah.
So once again, this Entrepreneurship Live is sponsored by Tony Bernheim in honor of Saul Reinfeld, Catherine Linham, and Alan Wong. Before we have our snacks and networking, we are going to take a picture, so if everyone could come up here. But let's first thank Avian for being with us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
That's it.
Okay.